hear about the man that unalived his 2-month-old son because demons made him do it? Yes, his name is Anthony Evans. Everyone thought it was a normal day. Anthony was literally responsible for watching his son. No one would think that it's a problem with that because it takes two to tango. That is your child as well. It was time to finally drop his son back off to his mom. Anthony is such a coward that he had one of his family members get involved, and he had the family member hand his son off to the mother. Mom's name is Kayla Flowers. When Kayla got her child back, she thought nothing of it. Her child was in the car seat, had a blanket, and she was just trying to make sure her son stayed warm, and she thought that her son would sleep because that's what she was told. You all know once a baby goes to sleep, you do not want to wake the baby up. Finally, when Kayla had got home and she uncovered her child, she saw that her son's body was lifeless. Kayla started to panic, of course, because who wouldn't? And she rushed her baby to a hospital where the baby was pronounced unalive. After they did their investigation, it turns out that Kayla's son, 2-month-old son, was unalive for 8 hours prior to her picking him up. You know how sick the father has to be? You had that baby unalive for all that time. You put the baby in the car seat, had a family member pass the baby off to the mom, knowing that the baby was unalive all that time. Anthony was brought in for questioning. He immediately admitted to the police that he did it. He said that a demon came over him and made him do it. During the trial, Kayla had admitted that Anthony always said from the jump that he did not want that child. He wanted her to get an abortion, and that he was extremely abusive during her pregnancy. I'm not here to blame anyone or make anyone feel bad, but I just want to say that if somebody was to tell me that they did not want me to keep my child, they would not be around my child, not even for a second. I feel like your intentions are not good. You try to prevent me from bringing life into this world. Why would I have you around that product, my product? You know what I'm saying? Of my 9-month pregnancy, why would I have you around my child? Anthony is being held without bond, as he should be, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. I heard about the 18-year-old girl that met a grown man online and let him talk her into unaliving her own best friend for $9 million. Yes, her name was Denali Bremer. So like I said, Denali had met a grown man online. She was 18, he was about 29. Had no business talking to each other. This man then got her to believe he's a rich man, said, I'll send you $9 million if you unalive somebody, and just simply send me pictures and videos. I don't know why Denali thought that was a good idea, but she thought it was a good idea. She decided to unalive her own best friend. Her best friend's name is Cynthia Hoffman. Her best friend was 19 and had a learning disability. Cynthia trusted Denali. She didn't think anything of it. They thought they were going to have a nice, she thought they was going to have a nice best friend day, how they normally do some bonding time, some girl time. Denali led her best friend down a trail, and at the end of the trail, she had other teenagers meet her, and they all ganged up to torture her best friend. They tied her arms and her hands, and they tortured her for a very long time and dipped her body into the cold water up until she was unalived. Then once the police found her remains, they solved the crime very quickly because all of the proof was on Denali's phone. They saw the messages of her texting the grown man, listening to his offers, saying that, like I said, he'll give her $9 million if he's unalive somebody. She even, mind you, when they was torturing her best friend, Denali also recorded, took pictures and videos like he asked her, and literally recorded herself committing her own crime. When Denali was on the stand, she testified that she was super in love with the guy and she wanted the $9 million. So she did it for love, and a little bit of the money she tried to make it seem like, no, you did it for that $9 million more than anything. Grown man that she had met, he was even surprised that she did it. He didn't think she would do it. But at the end of the day, whether you thought she was going to do it or not, you're just as sick. Because why would you even text somebody and dare them to do that? And you sitting up there playing catfish, you're not even looking the way you looking, and you don't have no money. You lied about everything. Everyone got charged. Denali and the man she met online, of course. Like I said, Cynthia had a learning disability. She really, really thought that she was spending time with her best friend and was caught completely off guard and was betrayed to the fullest. But I do send my condolences to Cynthia because she did not deserve that. I heard about the woman that would force hot sauce down her 15-year-old son's throat, withhold food from him, make him sleep in a closet, and just torture him every way she could up until he was unalived. Yes, her name was Shanda Vander Ark. I think I'm pronouncing the first name right. I'm confused if it's Shonda or Shanda, but Shanda Vander Ark. Like I said, Shanda was always neglecting her child. He was 15 years old. Whether he wanted to play the game with her, wanted to go outside, wanted something to eat, she was just always super impatient with him and just was never in the mood for it. He would constantly withhold food from him. They said that at the time that he was unalived, he was only 69 pounds. He was 15 years old. There's no reason why he should have been 69 pounds. The very last day that he was alive, she poured hot sauce down his throat like she normally does, didn't feed him all day, You know what I'm saying? Made him stay inside of the closet. And she made him take an ice bath that day as well to torture him even further. And he was crying out for help. She ignored him completely for hours. When she finally decided that she wanted to go in a room to check on him, he was already unalived. The cause of unaliving, once they did an autopsy, was hypothermia and malnutrition. They showed her a picture of him, of how he looked the day he was unalived. She got the nerve to be acting like she's just so, like, disgusted by it. She damn near almost threw up in the courtroom. And it's like, yeah, that's how you were treating him. You saw that in person. Why are you acting like you're so shocked when you see photos of the child that you neglected now? But yes, like I always say, it's just too many cases of people hurting their own children. They also were trying to charge the older brother as well, because they said he should have reported something. It also was stated that he was forced to participate in torturing his own brother as well. I don't know. If I was the older brother, personally, I don't know how she got him to cooperate or whatever the case may be. But I know if I was the older brother, I would have called the police immediately. You're not doing that to another human being in front of me, especially not my little brother. But I don't know. I'm not clear on the older brother's age. I don't know how she manipulated him. I don't know what tactics she used to get him to cooperate. So until I know further details, I won't speak on that portion of it. But it's very unfortunate. The little boy that passed away, his name's Timothy. Rest in peace. I do send my condolences. It's very unfortunate. You're supposed to be protected by your mom. You know what I mean? Like, and your family in general. Like, this is very unfortunate. He struggled up until he was unalived. I hear about the woman that would help her boyfriend gag and unalive people just for him to turn around and unalive her and her parents. Yes, her name is Ashley Baskerville. One day, Ashley's boyfriend Ray and his uncle started going on an unaliving spree. Instead of Ashley turning them in, she decided to join them, become a trio, and be the lookout while they were doing these things to these people. And as I said, they would be gagging people, bounding them, and unaliving them. Started their unaliving spree on New Year's Day in 2006. They started off by unaliving an entire family named the Harvey family. 5 days later, police received a random tip about Ashley's suspicious behavior, and they also were sent to Ashley's home to do a welfare check. That was just because, like, Ashley's friends were genuinely concerned. They were like, you know, she's acting a little off. Also, the anonymous caller that left the tip mentioned Ray and his uncle said they believed that they had something to do with the Harvey unalivings when they unalived their whole family. The police went to go do a welfare check on Ashley like they wanted. The police got to Ashley's house, and guess what they found, y'all? Ashley, Ashley's mother, and Ashley's father were all unalived. Ashley's boyfriend and uncle unalived all of them. Ashley's parents passed away because they were beaten, they were gagged, they suffocated up until they were unalived because they had layers of duct tape covering their heads so they could not breathe. Ashley was found unalive with a plastic bag over her head and duct tape sealing it. Not to mention, both of her parents both had slash wounds on their throats as well. Ashley's boyfriend and his uncle did not go far. Literally a day after, they were arrested.